Alrighty, folks, Spectre here checking back in. We are in Princeton, Illinois, with the People's Convoy, getting ready to head over to the evening meeting here. We'll see what they got to say and what the plans are for tomorrow. Stand by.
Hey, you're still on the stock list. Good evening, everybody. Cool enough for you? Let's all bow our heads for a word of prayer. Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for this beautiful crowd that has come out to meet us today. We thank you for them, oh God. For all the patriots across this country, I offer a humble prayer, oh God. Please get a hold of our hearts. Show us that the battle is ours. You will be behind us. We act, behave as godly men and women, as principled men and women of honor, but also men and women of valor. I ask you, Father, to bless this meeting. Let every word be seasoned with your grace and your mercy, your authority. I'll give you all the praise and all the honor. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Anybody know where there's a flag at? Right there, Right. Anyway, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
This is Isabel, everybody. She's going to be 2 years old. She's going to be 2 years old. We have the TV today. We had a little convoy birthday party for her. So we can all sing happy birthday to her. Isabel. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Isabel. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you for our beautiful gown, big girl.
I didn't get one.
Come on.
mom said I could whoop him if I wanted to. I don't want mine. Did I get a witness? Yeah. All right. At 7 o'clock, I did not make that decision. That was me for me.
We need to have a conversation.
Like the time I called you and you were in the pulpit? I guess this is payback. That's the man of God. I got to answer that phone call. I'm sorry. He's also driving my pickup truck. He called me and says, I'm coming down to see you. I said, he's going to ride with us tomorrow, man. He's 100%. We need more men of God to get behind this movement. Can I get a witness?
Sneak up here. I'm not going to record video, but I'm going to record the audio. So this way I'll go back later and see what I missed. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I was just talking to somebody about that a while ago. In the early parts of the War of Independence, I do not call it a war of revolution. It was not a revolutionary war. We tried our best to negotiate with that king. He did not want to work with us. Sound familiar? Yeah. It was not a revolutionary war. It was a war for independence. We were not the rebels, and we are not the rebels today.
That's right.
Hear me, America. We are not the rebels. We're not the ones trying to take away our system of government. That's the other side. We love the Constitution. We love the Bill of Rights. We love the Declaration of Independence. We love the way that our forefathers set up this government. We're trying to preserve that. They're trying to destroy it. I am not a rebel. I'm a constitutionalist.
Amen.
I will stand on that fact alone because I can. I am in the right here. I'm the one trying to preserve the national pride of America. People are risking their lives, have risked their lives to get here. They have sailed on little bitty homemade from Cuba trying to get to this country, trying to escape communism. And we've got people sitting in high office today that are embracing communism. Won't be long if we're not careful. We'll be trying to get somewhere ourselves. And I tell you what, I don't know any other country on the face of this earth I want to live in but this one. So this is my job. This is my mission. I must protect the United States of America from those who would try to overthrow her from within. We have been told for years that if we fall, it will come from within. It is coming from within. I'll be honest, like I said last night, we've done this. We need to take responsibility for it. Because until we take responsibility for it, we can't take responsibility for fixing it. It is our job to fix this. We're going to fix it. By God's help, by God's grace, by God's strength, by God's wisdom, we will overcome. We will overcome. I'm going to tell you something. To all you that want to handle this violently, let me talk to you for just a moment. Nobody in this crowd I know, but those that are watching through live stream. If you think that violence is the way to overthrow this government, can I tell you something? The governments of this world are masters at violence. They are better at it than you are. They've been doing it for decades in this country. They understand violence and they don't care to deal out violence. And I've said it before, I'll say it again tonight. If you don't think you live in a tyrannical nation, and see how they handle you, we're getting ready to find out. We're getting ready to find out. Now, they may not send their troops in at first, but they're going to send some troops in. They work for them. Hitler done the same thing. Those brown shirts. You that don't know history need to study it. Hitler used his brown shirt. They beat people in the streets. Sound familiar? He used them to create a problem in Germany. And when you got a problem, everybody in this world seeks out a government to fix the problem. Except Americans. We'll take care of ourselves, thank you very much. That's why I'm here. I don't want the government to fix my problems. If they're my problems, then guess who gets to fix them? You. Me! That's what happened in America in 1920s, 1930s. There was another scary time in America. People were losing their homes, people were losing their farms, people were losing their jobs. And the government steps in and says, I'm here to help you. We can do this and we can do that and make your lives better. But every time the government gives you something, guarantee you they're taking something in return. I want to be free, so I'll take care of my own problems, thank you very much. So anyway, Hitler used his brown shirt to stir up havoc in his country and told everybody, if you'll elect me as vice chancellor, I'll fix that problem. They did, and he did. So all of you little workers for the other side, you're just being used. Night of the Long Knives, Hitler sent out his troops and they killed every one of them making fine. That's history. That's what governments do. We can't let that happen here. We got to peacefully protest our government. You cannot resort to violence. Canada thought they lived in they have what they call a democracy. We don't. Hello.
It's a republic.
That's right. Somebody says you want to overthrow us. That's not what we are.
Amen.
We're a republic. We chose a democracy, but they said democracy is mob rule, and we don't want mob rule. We want a republic with our people. You can slur them any way you want to, but you must give them this at least. They could have formed any kind of government they wanted to form, but they chose to form a government that took the power out of the government's hands and put it in the hands of the people. Forever we are indebted to them for that.
We the people
That kills them now.
No ladder.
God is the king. There's the executive branch. He is the lawmaker. Judicial branch. So, he is the government. I'm sorry.
And we the people are supposed to be the government, not they the tyrants.
He's absolutely right. Did you hear what he said? Hear what he said. This is what he said.
He is the king. That's the executive branch. He is the lawmaker. And he is the judge. So our founding fathers, made our government from God.
I wish you'd get a little bit more passion.
Go, Joe, go.
Anyway, if you want to resort to violence, and those black robe regiments that formed our first militias in America in the War of Independence, they literally told their people, you do not fire the first shot. If you fire the first shot, it becomes an unjust war, because you cannot deal out violence unless violence is dealt out on you. So they held their fire and literally took the first volley of fire from the British soldiers before they began to return fire. That's how important it was to be men of honor, men of respect, men of dignity, but also men of valor. That's what we're needing today. I have no idea what's going on in America. I went off on my live stream today. I mean, I went on a rant. And I looked down at my phone and it overheated. I don't even know how much of it they got. Shut it down. Son did. I was going off. I said, where are you men today?
Amen.
Yeah.
Why aren't you here?
Yes. Sweet Sarah.
This old lady has been with us. She has worked her guts out for this movement.
Love you, Sarah.
Come on, pal. Come on, pal.
Yes, we do. Every day. Every day. Every day.
You ain't lying, buddy. It's well. That Holy Spirit flow.
They got more yesterday. They have tomorrow. They're not fighting for their freedom. It's yours. They love you. The air's gone great. They have chosen
Just gone.
to unite themselves with the people's
Just
convoy.
gone.
I told them the other day, I really don't want any ladies going in with us. I really don't want any older people going in with us. But I knew if I made that declaration, some of these women was going to beat the tar out of me. Where are you, able-bodied young men?
Amen.
Where are you?
Time to stand
You're going to
up.
let people like this that have lived their whole life and are closing in on the end of their years, are you going to let them take your place? That's a shame. It's a disgrace. Where are you? I know that's tough. Tough. It's time to talk like men. If you can't take it, then you're not the man I thought you were.
God
You're
is not
man
the
you
author
need
of
to be.
fear.
If that is good.
Amen.
Grow up. Get a backbone. It's time men become men again.
Yep. Amen.
Men, this is your fight. This is your fight.
Stand up.
Black anymore.
I ain't either.
Better than mine. Where are you? I challenge you. I challenge you to stand up for the cause. The cause is freedom. That's all there is to it. What do you want? What do you want, Santa? What do you want? I want freedom. Second Amendment, then join us. If you believe in the First Amendment, then join us. If you believe in men being... Understand where I'm going with this? The Oregon governor, the day before yesterday, signed into law. Listen at the sickos that are running our states and our federal government. He signed into law where they now have to place feminine hygiene products in boys' bathrooms at the school. You bunch of sick freaks.
Amen.
You bunch of sicko freaks. Had it with your nonsense. We are standing up against you. Enough is enough.
Amen. Freedom has responsibility.
Can't throw this. This ain't mine.
Can't just sit play games.
No, I won't. I'm done. I'm done.
Thank you, Sandra. Love you.
Anyway, real men, real women. That's just all there is to it. Actually, I'm hoping to be as equal as some of you ladies. Some of you are way smarter than me. A few of you are better looking. Amen. You say, I can't go. I can't go. I know there are medical reasons people can't go. I don't understand the financial one. I'm not complaining. I'm excited to be here, but I ain't made a check in 10 weeks, and I've never been so happy in my life.
Freedom!
How many?
Wow! Woo! Thank you!
All right, I'll be you long enough. 7 o'clock in the morning. I have to name it down. 7 o'clock in the morning. Simon's going to...
Hey, Rosewood,
All right.
your website changed and we moved the last rally on the 7th.
Was that the one in London?
Yes.
That has been canceled. Thank you for bringing that up. London, Ohio rally has been canceled. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I just asked them to please. People's asking me what day we're. So when we leave Ohio, the Ohio rally, our next stop will be in our staging area, DC area. It will be, it won't be in close to DC. I don't want our staging area close to DC. But I hear that Washington DC has some great parking spaces for us.
Yeah. Right in front of the Capitol.
They have spent our money and prepared a wonderful parking place for us. We're going to go in there and take advantage of them because guess what? I paid for them many, many, many times over. My turn. My turn. So here's the deal. When we get into Washington, somebody tells me to shut up, brother. When we get into Washington, D.C., I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be no party. It ain't going to be like what we've had before. But this time we're standing up. We're taking authority. We're taking back our government in a peaceful way. In a very peaceful way. All right? So all of you three-letter agencies, we're coming. We're coming. No, we're not coming for you. As a matter of fact, we respect you. We love you. And we want your freedom too. But anyway, enough of that. So, who's going with us to Washington, D.C. now? I knew it. All right, one more day.
I stand behind you. I'm behind you. Come on, where are you? Stand behind him. Come on.
There we go. He's got your right.
I don't want to stand behind him. Stand beside you. I want to stand beside you. And I'm everywhere else I can. But since the new rally is canceled, doesn't that mean because convoy market is out?
If you leave behind him, he might fall over the water.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Marcus is coming back.
There you go. Come on, people. Come on, people. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
Where are you?
Hopefully there's
This
more
guy
than
behind
one.
me, I'm going
I
to
wish
get
I
with a
was.
squirt gun. Love you guys. You don't have to do that. You guys were there.
That's my truck running first, so I can otherwise my wife won't.
I love you guys. I love every one of you. You guys know that.
Somebody's got to take care of him.
There is a natural animosity between truck drivers and four-wheelers.
Let's break it down.
That's like dogs and cats. You know? But I'm seeing guys who get four-wheelers.
That's right.
The other day, I was on a podcast. There were 3 guys on there. They were supposed to be interviewing me, but they were just letting me talk. And I finally said, look, guys, somebody needs to start shame of it. One of them said, Anna, you're a hero. No. I'm going to tell you something. I'm about to go beautiful truck over there. My life really ain't changed that much. I'm just not making money now. That's the only thing that's changed. I drive my daily drive. At the end of it, I get out and I talk to people that I want to talk to. When it gets done, I get back to sleep with my luxury sleeper. They're sleeping in the cars. They're sleeping in the vans. They're sleeping in talking about in this kind of weather. I saw them sleeping in their tents to where the snow collapsed them.
Yeah.
First night she came to be with us, we got a horrible snowstorm. And I heard about it and I said, come up here, come to my truck. I made her a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I don't even drink coffee. It's not so gross.
So,
But it was hot, so it felt
I've
good.
seen so many to try to destroy this group of patriots so many times. And it looked like it was going to be successful. But when the enemy got his brains beat out, he took off running with his tail tucked between his legs, we were closer than we were before he came in. That's what family's all about. That's what family's all about. There is no animosity between me and these four-wheelers. I love them. I'd take a bullet for them. I'd take a bullet for them. Not the head. Not the head. Shoulder, baby. But I love you. I love you guys. You stand behind me. I'm standing behind you.
We got children behind. We got children. Mic drop. That's it. Good night.
Before you go, make sure you have these pamphlets. What we're trying to accomplish, everybody needs to have these pamphlets. Pass them out. Everybody you know.
We've got them here.
When we stop at gas, make sure you're passing them out to the people.
Who needs pamphlets?
You're loaded too. Pamphlets passed out, ready to go.
Need
I'll
some?
take another battle just to have. She seems to really like this one, so.
Pamphlets? Who needs pamphlets?
If anybody has laundry they would like done, this young lady here beside me has offered to do some laundry.
That's the Janet.
And folks, if anybody's interested, I'll read a little bit more history of a few of our patriots, of our past. Let's say freedom is not a gift bestowed upon us by other men, but a right that belongs to us by the laws of God and nature.
Thank you.
That is from Benjamin Franklin. Before I forget, I do want to just thank all of you patriots, all of you from the beautiful state of Illinois that came out to join us. We've had a ton of support as we come across the country. As you can see, there's been a lot of support, so thank you all so much for everybody watching. Join us. Thank you so much. We need all people hands on deck. I don't care where you are in this fight. If you're at home, making phone calls, sending emails, contacting your legislators. We have people organizing in every state. Forming, it is important, it is essential that we keep pressure on TPC at that level. You need to be getting involved in your school board from the local level all the way to the state. It is essential that we have all hands on deck. And we stop here and we fight here and wherever it needs to raise this ugly head.
Get on Zello, okay? So it's a Zello channel. Do you want to show her?
So it must be daily earned to refresh. Else like a flower cut from its life-giving roots, it will wither. Here just a little bit. Eleanor Roosevelt said the war for freedom. The price of freedom is constant vigilance over our government. Albert Einstein said everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. George Washington Carver said education is the key to of freedom.
There you have it, folks. Rolling out 7 a.m. tomorrow. Heading toward Indiana.
Kennedy gave a speech.
Get out on the overpasses on I. Maybe along the route. Check out the peoplesconvoy.org where they're headed. Hope to see a lot of Patriots out on overpasses tomorrow. We only had a couple out there here today. I think you see a lot more.
We stand today in the shadow of history. We gather here in the very cradle of liberty. By what has been done to us. It is the result of spiritual factors. It is well for us to consider our American character, for in peace, as in war, we will survive or fail according to its measure. The element of the American character which I would discuss this morning. The informing spirit of the American character has always been a deep religious sense. Throughout the years down to the present day, devotion to fundamental religious principle has characterized American thought and action. Our government was founded on the essential religious idea of integrity of the individual. It was this religious sense which inspired the authors of the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Our earliest legislation was inspired by this deep religious sense. Congress shall make no law prohibiting the free exercise of religion. Our first leader, Washington, was inspired by this deep religious sense. Of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. Lincoln was inspired by this deep religious sense that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and of the earth.
Better mileage.
Yeah. That this nation has never been inspired by essential religious ideas. The doctrine of slavery, which challenged these ideas within our own country, was destroyed. I'm not going to read the entire speech, but I'll read a few more excerpts. Inspired by a deeply religious sense, a man which has ever fostered the growth of the human spirit has always met and hurled back the challenge of those deathly philosophies of hate and despair. We have defeated them in the past, and we will always defeat them. Another element of the American character which I would bring to your attention this morning is the idealism of our native people, stemming from developed as they worked the land. This idealism, this fixed regard for principle, has been an element of the American character from the birth of this nation to the present day. In revolutionary times, the cry, no taxation without representation, was not an economic complaint, rather was directly traceable to the eminently fair and just principle that no sovereign power has the right to govern without the consent of the tyranny. It was against this tyranny heard around the world. In 1917, this element of the American character was stimulated by the slogans, war, and a war to save democracy. And again, and Woodrow Wilson, whose idealism was the traditional idealism of America. To such a degree was this truth that he was able to say, some people call me an idealist. America is the only.
Because last night I was getting these out of the rally. None of the
That the American intervention in 1970 might have been more effective if the case for American intervention had been represented on less floor. As giving food and guns to a general cause of which all of them which they I don't know where it is.
Who's got the bag? We promise you. And if you go on the website, you can drink more. These were all donated. So we did not have to drink them, so we donated. But we get together every night. I just emptied out like 500. Yeah, right there, and I'll be right back. 800 or 900. I mean, I was shocked. Every place we've gone, that there's a rally.
The third element of the American character that I would bring to your attention this morning is that
yesterday, Iowa received it.
our pioneers were a people
You're not aware that there's still a national emergency? The military.
this American
All of the things, federal workers.
has always had almost a
Which allows the government to we give up on that. That's why you're able to watch. I'm the one who's always paying the front. Oh, thank you. Oh, he was funny. We did a duet together. See, I just stopped there. No, we're not going to let this be fun. We're going to make it stay there forever.
Check it out. Actually, you know, I'm in Maryland for 3 years.
George III, it has always been reflected in the highest moments of our patriotism from throughout the years. In the early days here at home and in recent years abroad, Americans have been ever ready to defend this native land. From the birth of the nation to the present, from the height of Georgia to the far meadows of Virginia.
His wife is
Just lay on the horns, Joe, real quick.
You know what? I told him too earlier today when I first got here.
At Winchester, with Bill Carney at Arrow, with long streets to Lewis, and it was shown by the power of the Virginia Arms when it charged at Gettysburg. It was shown by Captain Rowan, who plunged into the jungles of Cuba and delivered the famous message of by the Yankee Division.
It makes him go faster.
Whose last order as he died was, the command is forward. And in recent years it was shown by those who stood at the time, by those who fought at the air with not just people.
the other guy is mine always sounds like that. I've got a little beep, 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 beep. You got a nice you got your brakes set, you know.
Wherever freedom has been in danger, Americans with a deep sense of patriotism has ever been willing to stand at Armageddon and strike a blow for liberty and the Lord. The American character has been not only religious, idealistic, and patriotic, but because of these, it has been essentially individual. The right of the individual against the state has ever been one of our most cherished political principles. The American Constitution has set down for all men to see the essentially Christian
We'll be watching you guys till we get there. Every day you hang in there.
Strengthened by Christian morality and stamped indelibly into American political philosophy. The right of the individual against the state is the keystone of our Constitution. Each man is free.
I'm going to go let you guys.
I gotta say hello to this guy.
Hi.
I gotta say hello to this guy. How you doing?
Good.
That's what I go by.
Okay.
How's the health doing today? You doing pretty good?
Oh yeah. We're doing good.
Still going the distance?
Oh yeah. Planning on it.
There you go.
I'm just hoping that our population grows as we get there. And
Small but mighty.
Recognized and universally exercised. But the sad fact is that this is not true. They were dearly won for us only a few
lot of
short
wonderful
centuries
people
ago,
here.
and they were dearly preserved for us in the days of
Need a lot more though.
And there
Hopefully
are
it grows all the
sections
way
of
from
the
Indiana
world
to
today
Ohio.
where these rights are denied as a matter of philosophy and as a matter of government. We cannot assume that the struggle is ended. It is never ended. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty.
Are you going to
The price
Washington?
yesterday. It is
I'm
the
going to be
price
heading
today.
back down south. I live
And it
about
will
an hour
never
south of here.
be the price. The characteristics
I'll
of the
talk to you a
American
little
people
bit
have ever
later,
been a
okay?
deep sense
Nice
of
meeting you.
religion,
Okay.
a deep sense of idealism, a deep
It may not be tonight, but I want to get with you, okay? You need, I'll throw
Let us
that
not
away for
believe
you.
the fact that the days which lie ahead of us are bitter ones.
Thank you.
May God grant that at
See, we
some
got a lot of
distant
problems
day,
of our own to deal with here in this state.
Oh yeah. I think all the states do.
the orator
We
may
had
be
plenty of
able to
executive
say that
overreach
these
with
are
30-day
still the great
extensions and everything
qualities
else
of
for
the
emergency
American
powers
character,
when all this
and
went
that
down
they
2 years ago. They just kept
prevailed.
extending it, extending it, extending
Yeah.
it.
This
It's
was
supposed
a
to be that way.
speech from President John F. Kennedy.
I would like to see just my.
6.
What I would like to see is for to do what Sanders said in Washington and set up and stay there and push. But I would like to see a group of us stay together in the trucks and travel out of Washington. Like if you guys wanted to have a big meeting or rally or something, and a group of us travel here, that gets people's attention and gets them.
Well, it almost has to be an occupation at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly what they want to see us do or like what Ottawa became.
I guess it's still a lot worse up there than in
A
Ottawa.
lot worse.
Should be a big crowd here.
So it looks like we're missing a couple of trucks. Minion broke down a little bit, and Sasnak had to run to Indiana for some repairs. All right.
Well, he's a worker.
Yeah, he is. That's the only drawback. Used to listen at home, I can hear the chatter on the radio, but when you don't have a radio and you're actually in the convoy, you're kind of flying blind.
Yeah, I used to watch it an awful lot when I was at home.
Yeah.
Once I joined, I don't get to watch as much.
You got a radio though, right?
Yeah,
A
well,
CB?
yeah, but I don't turn it on. I just been watching YouTube on my phone.
Yeah. That'll work too. You hear everybody else's chatter through their streams.
I don't know if I can get, like, I've got a hotspot on my phone, which would make it work on my television, but it's only
You may have to up your data plan or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It'd definitely be nicer to be able to watch it on the TV.
It's either that or you get one of those little Verizon hotspots. I forget what they're called. The little bitty things that you just plug in.
I'll check on something once we get settled down for a little while.
Yep. Get there first.
A lot to do. And if we don't get at least some success in changing the things and getting the mandates changed, the country's going to get
It's already headed
communist.
that way. I mean, if you look at it financially and economically, they've already said 6 months from now we're going to have food shortages and everything else. And
I heard this morning on somebody said on the CB that I think they're all kind of in the southeast, but today they enacted a limit on diesel fuel.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they're expecting diesel shortages. And diesel's going up through the summer months. We haven't even hit peak driving season in the summer.
Yeah.
Gas prices going up. They want to try and lock us down one way or another, so we don't have free travel.
I think it'd be just my rebellious opinion. I forget the right word, limited the diesel fuel. If the truck drivers will just quit going there.
No, we'll end up having like what they did back in the 70s. They'll just shut down and park them and refuse to deliver.
And then as long as it's limited to a few states, then people won't have to starve. They'll just have to travel to.
Well, and think of it. It's not just truckers that use diesel, though. Farmers use it in their farm equipment. So what are they going to use to get out in their fields and plant and disc and everything else?
Yeah.
They already got fertilizer shortages. So, I was covering an article the other morning. It says, cow manure, stuff like that is being used. And prices are going through the roof on that. They can't keep up with spreaders and stuff.
Wow.
Ukraine's fault, of course.
And it's always been a deal of what fuel or oil we do get, we sell to other countries and then buy it back from them.
It was the most ridiculous thing we just had. If you tried to do that, if you were a business, how long would you stay in business?
Right.
Not very long. I always go back to what Trump had us back in October of 2020 before the election. We were energy independent and we were selling energy left and right. Day one, underneath Joe Biden, pipeline canceled.
Yeah,
begging on OPEC and isn't that a aiding and abetting?
Seems to me like it would be. I think I need to sit down a little bit here and get off my legs.
That matter. Appreciate talking to you. more of our Illinois folks make it up?
Yeah, they were all sitting over there. Did you meet Mark?
Okay. There you go. There you go. You got it. There you go. Finally. I think we're supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow. Ah, okay.
I remember you. I made it. I don't know where Mindy
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you. Well, folks, sun is finally going down. Get a little respite from the heat on the day. Now, what we got up to here today, 90-some degrees at least. Sweaty. Freedom outlaws might still be back that way, I don't know. Alright folks, well, as I mentioned a little bit ago, get out on the overpasses tomorrow along the I-80 corridor between here and Joliet Way before they pick up 30 and head toward Indiana. I believe there'll be a 2-day stay if you check the peoplesconvoy.org. Be there, and then Rally-A-Net on the 2nd day. I think Sasnak will be rejoining the group after getting some repairs done on his Pete. See whether or not Minion gets his Pete repaired here today. tonight, tomorrow, whichever. Get rejoined. Need bodies, definitely need bodies. And if you're not going to DC, you should be getting down to your state's houses and getting organized. Good to see you, Crafty Fox. Hopefully it's coming through pretty good. Hopefully my crackly mic problem isn't an issue. If it is, I'm going to have to work on it and figure out the tech side of things here. Still a greenhorn a little bit in that regard. Tell you, it's a whole different ball of wax than just doing regular old broadcasting. Needs to get tough, yeah. Give me 1 second here. See if I can make an adjustment. That's probably gonna do some wonky things. Hey-o. Let's try that. Whoa, there we go. How about that? Is that a little better? Maybe the mic pointing back at me is a little bit better. There we go. A couple other streamers I haven't seen here yet today. Alex, haven't seen him. Alex Glasgow, you can find him over on the YouTube side. He's been a regular. Haven't seen Rip to 33 Gaming here yet. Not sure after last night if he didn't go back to try and find Eric the Mechanic. Eric the Mechanic was broke down with a broken water pump shaft, I think, is what he diagnosed it as last night. Five by five. Thank you, Dogs at Play. Good on YouTube, good on Twitch. How's about the old foxhole? Nice potholes in the parking lot here tonight. Oops. Guess I can tip you guys back up. Oop. Tell you, the gimbal's nice and all, but it takes some practice getting used to. Kind of like most of these guys that started streaming along the way here. Had to take a little time to get used to it all. Five by five, but buffering a lot tonight. Par for the course then. Should have good signal. We got cell towers all around there. Matter of fact, there it is right there. Come on, signal. See, the only bad part of doing this is being on the road like this. It does take you away from seeing what else is going on. Just briefly skimming through the old news feed last night. Definitely not pretty, that's for sure. Sure we'll have more to discuss next time we fire up the old broadcast here. I don't think I'll make you suffer through about 3 days worth to get you caught up. It's not me, it's Foxhole in general tonight. Is that everybody? Enjoy the break, huh? That's right, you gotta put boots on the ground. People gotta get out from behind their keyboards every now and again. Get out and see the real world. A few folks over at the old Super 8 tonight, I suppose. Tell you, it was pretty interesting coming across Iowa too. You know, this deep into May here, you don't see a lot of fields net disked up, being planted. I don't know how much rain Iowa actually had here, but definitely behind, and I don't know if that's because of diesel prices, probably fertilizer prices and the like. But Iowa definitely being one of the corn capitals of the world, going to be interesting to see how this season turns out, what the farmers are actually going to do. Same here in Illinois. I guess maybe I need to start doing farm reports. Yeah, it's finally starting to cool down a bit. It was, well, I probably can't use that term as to what I would call today's sweatiness. But I'm sure you folks down in Texas can probably appreciate it. I'm live on PSB. Fantastic. Hello, sunny days. Good to see you, Syracuse Jeff. Good evening, PSB. We're live up in Princeton, Illinois tonight. Thanks for joining in. At the old People's Convoy here on grounds in Illinois, cruising along I-80 on the day. Made it in from Des Moines this morning, and what took me about a 4-hour trip yesterday from my destination out to Des Moines, out to what the heck was the name of the joint? Something Garage. It's on the website. thepeoplesconvoy.org. I got out there. It took about 4 hours to get out there yesterday, right after yesterday morning's show. Had a few speakers and that come through, and then for those that might have watched any of the streamers and that, I think Trucker G probably took the wind right out of the sails of all the speakers and that, because the first thing he always comes up and says, I'm not a politician, I don't even like being in politics, I don't want anything to do with politics. And what did we hear? Politicians. Wholeheartedly agree. Two-party system. We were warned, as our forefathers did. It's time to slay the dragon. Bird Francis, good to see you. Kaya, I'm live on PSB. Hey, sunny days. Heidi Jensen, good to see you. For those on the YouTube side still, a little bit different flavor for a Thursday night show. But as far as the People's Convoy, again, if you're just tuning in on the PSB side, we're making our way toward Indiana next. They will be having a rally on the second day at the next stop. I think it's New Paris, Indiana. As far as I recall, from the top of my head, they're going to be taking 80 all the way over toward Joliet way, and probably start taking US 30 on that across. I think their gas and go tomorrow somewhere there before hitting their final destination. I don't know if you could hear it or not. Santa said here tonight that the rally that was scheduled for Ohio, I guess that one has been canceled. He doesn't know the reason why, what happened there. But I'll still be cruising through Ohio. Everybody keeps asking, when are they going to get to DC? When are they going to get to DC? We don't have an answer to that yet. What the date is are going to be actually going into DC, or what even the plans are, just that it's going to be much different than last time. It's not going to be about making laps around the Beltway. So take that for what it's worth. Old Hagman, hey, good to see you. So yes, if you can't make it to DC, I would highly recommend getting out to your state houses. Get on the peoplesconvoy.org. Facebook, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you happen to be on there, is where a lot of the organization is. People's Convoy Official on Facebook. And if you had a dash behind that in your state, you'll see whether or not your state has indeed been set up or not. Last count, I think there's about 13, 14 states now that have been set up so far. If you remember right here on the 30th of April, many states, probably to the tune of about 30 states, had rallies in their various capitals. Rest assured, that's going to probably happen again. Enough is enough. That's what Santa says. We've had enough. We're done with your emergency powers. We're done with all of it. We're not going to let tyranny reign. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Evening, folks. Where are all the convoy people? Over on, well, we got some on this side of the parking lot here, hanging out underneath the trees. Provided a little bit of a cool respite here for the day. It was up in the 90s here. I think last I checked it was about 92, 93, something like that, which is semi-unseasonable for this time of year. The rest of the folks are across the lot there where you see the trucks, and there's some that stretch, well, you can't see my finger pointing off screen, but off and to the left. There's a whole big parking lot here, and then there are some folks in that were here last night that aren't here. Saznak had to run forward, hit to Indiana, I believe, to get a repair done on his truck. Should be rejoining again tomorrow, I believe. Have to check his YouTube page out for that. Minion, One American No Party, over on the Rumble side. I think he was having a regen issue. Thank California for those regulations on that one. My guess is that he should probably be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see. It looks humid. Yeah, there was plenty of haze in the air here both yesterday and today. Lots of haze. That's all global warming though, right, folks? Oh, what happened here? I'm getting all tilty. What happened here? Come back. Hang on 1 second here. Let's do that. There we go. How we doing? Huh? Oh no, I'm just wandering around and talking.
Oh, you're checking out the flag.
Oh, checking out everything.
Oh, that's the Admiral's flag. It's the one they hang in the judge's courthouse.
Which one's that?
That's the one that they hung when they started that tyrannical government thing.
The one on this white truck over here?
The yellow lace flag?
Ah, no. Oh, the infringed flag.
Yeah.
The captured flag. Yes, we know all about that.
That's the one where they started with violating our civil rights. They
Oh,
made
yeah.
the court system military. I
Yep.
don't know too much about it, but my grandpa was military, my great grandpa was military.
That would what we would be calling admiralty/maritime law. That's a system of judicial system we are under, as opposed to natural/common law, which is what the country was founded upon. It basically says we have a captured flag.
Yeah, so I'm considering turning it upside down and show the distress, but I'm trying to find out advice from the elders, because I do respect my grandpa. They were military.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to turn it over until I decide.
Yeah.
All the people here tell me, do whatever you want.
Hey, it's a distress
Because
signal.
I am definitely in distress.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lost my house and I'm wandering now.
Yeah, not good.
I'm
Yeah.
considering going and joining the Rainbow Kids again. You know, most of the kids, the Rainbow Kids, are homeless, living in the woods.
Crazy. Shouldn't be this way.
Oh, I was with the Rainbow Kids back in, when I heard about it, it was like 99. And I know they've been there since 69.
Yeah.
Or when Grateful Dead and all that. So that's why I come over here. I seen somebody by my truck.
Yeah, I was just wandering around and talking. I'm live on my stream and I'm getting panned through.
Get a close up of the flag.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
beautiful flag. I only run it during the day when we park, because I don't want to tear it up.
See, it looks like we lost a couple flags along the way today. We had to dodge a couple in Iowa here
Those
today.
are all-
It flew off,
those are all
and
50 stars.
there we
Those
go.
only have 50 stars. Those are all the antique flags. They were given to me. I got a red, white, and blue hat that was given to me with stars all over it.
There you go.
And then I got the Air Force jacket that was given to me. They heard I was going to the convoy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and everybody started giving me stuff to take.
There you go. Yeah,
My
we've
truck
had.
don't have a sign on it. I have no signatures at all.
Oh, that's all right.
But this Admiral flag is really nice.
Say, that poor guy up there looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah, that's 50 stars too. That was an antique also. That's when I started with. Actually, I started with the little one.
Yep, that's an infringed flag.
I had that little one by itself. And then this one, I'm only going to hang it when we're parked, because it's a pretty nice flag. And maybe they'll use it for ceremonies eventually.
Say, if you want a true rebel flag, you get the Betsy Ross flag with the circle of stars in there, 1776 style.
It's a nice flag. It's an antique, like I said, it's 50 stars. That's 50 stars.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what year it was.
She purty.
Maybe the 50s. Not sure.
Say, down my way around one of our courthouses, we do have one with 48 stars, so that would have been pre-Alaska and pre-Hawaii, pre-1965, I think.
The lady told me something about it. I haven't actually counted them. It might be 48.
Yeah. Very
That
cool.
one was really nice. And I was ashamed to tear it down, but.
You going the distance? You heading all the way?
and
All to
then
DC?
some, and then some.
There you go. What do we got
No
to
violence.
lose?
No violence. I'm considering putting that rod in that steel pipe and launching it into the top of the black powder. Launch that thing
Woo!
upside down, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
But I got to get permission for all that shit.
What's
I'm not going to do nothing. There's going to be enough people down there doing crazy shit without.
What's the Star Spangled Banner say in the rocket's red glare?
If we decide to do it, we need to practice first.
Well, maybe.
'Cause I don't want to miss my one
Maybe
shot.
start with a potato cannon.
I just launched it like that.
Start with a PVC potato cannon. Very cool.
Well, I don't know if Trucker G might be listening, but I said some stuff the other night on the live stream that got me in some big trouble with the convoy.
Whoops.
And I apologize. I don't know all the rules. I said I was sorry, and I really mean it from my heart, you know.
Yeah.
They don't know me. They think I'm a radical or something, but, you know.
Oh, we're all radicals.
I hope that y'all can forgive me and give me a chance to prove myself to y'all.
Yeah, we're all radicals at this point. I mean, they deemed it so, right?
People's Convoy. I
Yeah.
hope they'll let me stay. I'm just here alone. I have no family left. I was hoping to find family here. Family, nothing. I just gotta
Yeah.
take me a little while.
Well,
I gotta learn the rules. The first day I was here, first night, I broke like
All of them?
Somebody was live streaming. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm letting it rip. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm a hyperactive person.
If you're on YouTube, there's certain words you cannot say that will get you banned and all that good stuff. And
I stepped on every one of them. I can't take a step without stepping on one.
yeah, that's what they want, though. They don't want you to be able to speak any of those words.
But my brother's up there in New Mexico, and I send a shout out to Joe Jackson. And he's over there in a nursing home in New Mexico, and he told me I was done for doing this, but I'm here and I made it, and I'm all right.
You've opted to put boots on the ground. Where is he?
He's in New Mexico in Albuquerque at a nursing home.
Well,
Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I got to be home for court by June 6th on the. They put a restraining order on me, kicked me off my property, and they took all my property, my truck, my wrecker,
nuts.
my motorhome, all my tools. They got my pants and my underwear. They got everything. All I got is what
They
I
want you poor. They want you desolate. They want you dependent on them.
Told me don't come back or I go to jail.
Good luck. Catch me if you can.
So I got to go back on June 6th. Or else, if not, I'll have a warrant.
Only if they can catch up with you. Yep, that's the thing. People don't realize we don't own anything.
Well,
you don't even own your.
I was taking care of the house. I was there 6 years for the owner of the house. The old lady swore she would never sell. They were condemning the house, so I was doing the work, getting the house ready for her to sell it, and she died. Her son sold it. She said she would never sell it. I was taking care of it, working on it. I dumped tons of money in that thing. But I didn't get no notice. That's my beef.
Yeah,
I didn't get any notice to, even 30 days. The guy lied and put a restraining order on me, and I answered his court case with a motion, my statement. I filed a statement, had it notarized with the court and everything.
They just run you over if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't have a lawyer.
I can't get no lawyer.
No, of course not. Yeah, that's not what our founding fathers intended.
I spent $600 already getting here, everything else. I saved all the receipts, but I'm thinking about donating all the receipts to the convoy. They could probably get some kind of tax write-off.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but fire kindling for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Start my fire with receipts.
Crazy.
God bless you.
Yeah.
I just came over here because I saw somebody.
I'm just walking and talking. Yeah. Appreciate you. Good travels. Safe travels.
I'm not going to be streaming, even though I do have the equipment for it. But
yeah.
I'd like to have one of those things.
Yeah, these are handy if you know how to use them.
That mic is beautiful, man. Most of the time people talk to me, and I go check it, you can't even hear me at all.
Yeah. I'm still green at this. I've broadcast for about 3-4 years, but I never live streamed.
How much was your
the gimbal?
The handle,
Yeah, this is a gimbal, and that it's all motorized and all that, so it holds everything level and doesn't see all the shakiness normal selfie sticks have.
How much was that?
It's about $150, $160.
Oh, hell, that ain't bad.
No, not at all. Get them while you can. Before you can't.
They'll probably be going up in prices pretty soon.
Oh, like everything.
Howdy, stranger.
How we doing?
Howdy, howdy.
Good.
Appreciate talking to you. Take care.
What's happening? What's going on?
Where are all the convoy folks? Down yonder still. Yeah, the rollout time for tomorrow is going to be 7 a.m. A few of the guys promptly got in here and hit the shower facilities after a hot, sticky day and probably hop back in a cool truck. A few of them might have gone out and grabbed some grub, what have you. But they'll be on the road again tomorrow. Indiana's destination. Watch out here so I don't get run over by this truck. That'd be bad. Yep, I'm in Central Time. Not sure tomorrow where New Paris is exactly. If that crosses back over the line, somebody'd probably have to help me with that one. If that starts getting in Eastern Time, or if they don't hit that again till they hit Ohio. Kind of a busy joint here tonight. Swing it back this way. We'll keep walking. I don't know either if they have actually settled on a place yet where they're going to kind of have a roundup area, if you will, staging area. I know people keep saying Hagerstown, but I'm not sure if that has actually been officially set in stone. But a convoy is only a convoy if it keeps moving, so well, let's see here. What else is in the news today, Sonny? Anything good? Or all bad? How many people in the convoy? That's a good question. It fluctuates daily. You get people that join in and kind of fall off. We still got a lot of people in that are kind of breaking off after having been here for a significant period of time. Mark is one of the organizers after last night's rally. He's been on the road since 2 weeks before the convoy kicked off back on February 23rd. So do the math on that. It tells you how long he's been on the road away from his family. That's the sort of commitment a lot of these guys have put in, you know. Just a little bit ago, the question was asked, how many, I think Santa asked, how many of you folks have been here a minimum of 10 weeks?
Doing some live streams?
Yeah.
What's your channel?
I am on my channel, Breaking Spectre, and I'm on Twitch and over on the Foxhole, and I'm also on my Spectre Productions one on YouTube. Second one after getting kicked off the first time, and I'm also getting rebroadcast through our Patriot Soapbox channel here, which is normally my Thursday night show I do there.
Yeah, did you just join the convoy?
I got here last night when we were over in Des Moines.
Oh, you were at a Farm Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Good deal.
Yeah, I wish I would have had this thing rolling to see Rat Rod burn it down.
Right, yeah, he blew the tires off.
Have had flames shooting out the pipes and rubber laid everywhere.
That was very cool.
Maybe that's for after hours YouTube, I don't know.
There you go. Your name again, sir?
Yeah?
Your name again?
Here, I'll give you a card, you can find me. I got all...
Raptor, by the way.
Oh, okay. Van Backwoods, yep. There you go. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yep, appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
15 people in chat and only 11 watching. I wonder how many are really watching. Good question. Whoa. Trying to get run over here. Don't have a card? Well, I just made them. Got to have something to hand out, otherwise how else they gonna know where to find you? Got to come prepared. Can see my shadow. Well, there's not much sunlight left for a shadow. Chuck wagon rolls in. Please say it, Robert. Right, the leather top hat, Gypsy, the Marine, the cook. Yeah. I don't know where Gypsy went. I just saw him a little bit ago. He had his hands full. Had to get out of the way. He is a man on a mission. That guy is a working fool. Come on, why is it focused on the ground? Hang on here. Snap out of it. There we go. Just walking and talking at the moment, so. Apparently it's focused on the ground because there's nothing else to focus on. Where'd the gal go with all the shirts? I think she might be over there somewhere. Let's see here. I appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight on a Thursday night. Most of the other streamers and that have already all shut down, turned in, so. Yeah, Mud Pig's still up. Hang on 1 second here. Adjustment. Thank you. There we go. Get out of the way of some vehicles here. Yeah.
Is Alex last go around?
I haven't seen Alex here yet today. I saw him on the first leg. He was kind of ducking in and out of traffic and that, and I saw him on the off ramps getting people, but I haven't seen him since before we have. Who? Wizzy? Yeah, Wizzy's down on that side. They're all underneath those trees over there.
Okay, what about the guy that drives the fire truck?
Big D, yeah, he's here. I don't know where they're parked
And
at.
what about Rat Rod?
Yeah, Rat Rod and all those guys pulled in. Big D had a little battery problem after leaving his lights and sirens and stuff on last night. He had to get a little.
They're here.
Yeah, they're here.
The one missing is
Yeah.
Alex.
Haven't seen Alex. Sasnak's not here. He had to run ahead to Indiana, I think. I guess he's got a repair or something. I don't know. Minion's not here. Penske truck, yellow. Vern. I think he's back around the Quad Cities regen system, and that was giving him fits today.
I've been following you guys since I can remember. And I said, I have to go down there and see these people. We're so close, and when I heard you were coming through Illinois.
Where are you from?
We're from Oswego.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm near
yeah.
Or just 30 miles outside.
Yeah, I'm from Illinois.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm down south. I'm about an hour south here, down around Peoria.
Oh, I have family down near Lincoln.
There you go.
Springfield.
I trucked it on over to Des Moines yesterday. Took the trip over, met with them last night when they had the rally and that, and then convoyed back with them here today.
I just noticed me that place.
Yeah.
They come and they go.
Well, look at it this way. This is a bit of a win because if you remember right, when they came back through early part of the year, they came I-70, and Pritzker put out a warning that says that convoy is not going to come through the state police.
Thing off the ground too. Well, I got to get going.
Take care.
People, but nice talking.
There you go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in that down underneath the trees down that way. There you go. Appreciate it. Santa's truck. We have blips of silence, not sure what that is, mostly 5x5. I don't know, might be me, I don't know. Sasnak there? No, he had to run ahead to Indiana. I guess he's got some problem he needs to get fixed at a Peterbilt dealer. I didn't hear that until I saw it on somebody else's chat, so chat is usually 100% right on things, right? It's either that or I'm buffering, one of the two. Oh, giving dolly rides. Fantastic. Cessnack has an older truck. It don't use DEF. Hog P. Sorry, trucker talk. Yeah. He does have an older Pete, but it's still nice.
That there's free hamburgers and chicken nuggets that are safe for human consumption.
5x5, I need to check their machine. Okay on your end? Good.
We do appreciate our fearless leader, Santa, and the People's Convoy for their dedication to patriots who have rolled across the parking lot for freedom.
Pavement Warriors. For those that don't know, that's Simon on the bullhorn. If any of you guys have followed Alex Glasgow on YouTube, you'll recognize him from when they were out in California. They ended up doing a bit of an outreach in that, distributing pamphlets, all sorts of stuff on Hollywood Boulevard. And they also made it out to one of the beaches. I can't remember which one when they were out that way before hitting Sacramento. Is he the one that does some speeches? He's the one that's kind of the fact finder, I guess. The one that does a lot of stuff in regards to old quotes from presidents and founders, things of that nature. Constitution, battle cry, Thomas Paine type stuff. Had a good little chat with him earlier. Yeah, the guy with the bullhorn, that's Simon. You see him, he was traveling with, I don't know if there's a contingent of folks that travel with Alex, or he was just with Alex at the time when they did that. Yeah, DEF is certainly a problem. That's thanks to California for all that emissions BS. Regen and all that, and if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, it derates your power, all that good stuff. And that, I think that's what got him. Vern was saying that he couldn't get over a crawl, basically. Hence why we say the things that we need to stop, like the 10 bills net that the convoy was out in California for, you stop it there before it spreads across the country like cancer. Now luckily, I think it was last Thursday or early part of last week maybe, Buffy Wicks' AB 2223 out of California was shelved. So yeah, pay attention in your state legislatures if they're doing the same sort of stuff. Have you heard about the diesel shortage? Is it real? I wouldn't say that there's a diesel shortage as so much as a manufactured crisis. What I've been covering on the morning show, for those that don't listen in, they are planning, well, not necessarily planning, but what's going to happen is that diesel prices are going to continue going through the roof. If you look at the price here in Illinois, well, let me spin around and show you the sign here. Just before I left yesterday, they jacked the price of, we'll just say gas for the moment. They jacked it another quarter for a gallon. So we're up. They're actually cheap up here. $4.49 a gallon. And $5.54 for diesel. Let me spin around so you can see it better. Illinois is one of the highest taxed fuel rates in the country. Probably behind California, maybe even New York, not sure. But we pay a boatload of taxes on fuel. There you go. You can see it right there. $5.54 for diesel, $4.49 for unleaded. Care to guess what the price of gas and diesel was in Iowa? Luckily, yesterday when I got toward Des Moines, it was actually under $4. I haven't paid under $4 for gas in months. But yes, if you look at what Biden has done with the SPR, I'll just use that as an example. He sold our strategic petroleum reserves, offloaded it onto a Suez tanker, sent it over to Europe, and then turned around and bought it back at a higher price. Mind you, it's not just truckers that use diesel. I don't know when you joined in, Sonny, but I was talking to Bryant over there and kind of brought up the same point that farmers also use diesel in their tractors. So, think of what grain prices are doing right now. Your wheat, your corn, your soybeans, all that stuff. Ukraine, Russia. Okay, there's 30% of your bread basket right there. We produce a hell of a lot too, right? And export. But we also don't have access to fertilizer at the moment. Again, manufactured crisis. So, diesel prices on the rise, lack of fertilizer, higher input costs all the way around. Do the math and tell me what's going to happen to food prices. Rockefeller Foundation has already come out and said in 6 months we're going to have a food crisis. Davos, the same thing. Joe has said the same thing. What have we heard out of the Mockingbird media? Other than here today, you hear about baby food or baby formula shortages. I guess somebody was half jokingly said, overheard a conversation earlier, it says apparently cows don't work anymore. Kids today apparently can't have just regular milk. It's kind of nuts. Hence why we preach, grow your own, get in good with your neighbors, trade crops. We're going to need it. Get your neighbors to grow potatoes, green beans, you grow some corn, maize, whatever, cabbage, lettuce, carrots, you name it. Formula shortage and the whole Kathy Barnett Oz thing is what I saw mostly on news. Alright. But the billionaires have invented bio-milk, synthetic breast milk, so there's that. Yeah. I would just about bet that probably isn't all that healthy. I'm sure it has some nice GMOs in it for you. Frankenfood, just like everything else. Have I gotten my garden started yet this year? Parts of it. If I were to try and plant now, plants would be shocked, I think. So I'm going to wait till after this hot weather passes and we get back to more seasonable temperatures. And hope that we get a little bit more rain. So yeah, if you have the means as well, I would highly recommend building raised beds, getting your gardens going. Do you necessarily need fertilizer? No, of course not. Anything that you can compost, leaves, brush, leftover sticks, branches, you name it. Anything along those lines. If you got access to a farmer, it's got any sort of manure left, chickens, whatever, you can use that as a base, throw some dirt over top of it, and you got yourself the makings of a very healthy hugel culture-esque type soil. If you remember right, last year I did a couple shows on the ones I built. Pea protein in that baby formula or soy? Hard to say. Look at those potholes. Yeah. Well, mind you, this is probably a privately owned facility here, but who knows how much they actually make off the fuel and that they sell. Yeah, you probably need a new set of shocks after cruising through this parking lot here. Surrounded by cattle and horse manure in a good way, yeah. Yeah, the roads in that surprisingly weren't too bad. There is a lot of construction going on. I'm sure tomorrow if you follow any of the guys in that cruising across I-80, there's a couple spots where it's down to single lane. Checking the maps and that, they got nice little alerts on there. It says, hey, as of either April 5th or April 1st or May 1st, whatever, some of these areas are down to single lane, so there is some infrastructural type spending going on. Where it's coming from or how it's getting handed out, that's another story. Yeah, that's exactly right. They don't make money off selling gas. It's all the other stuff. Heck, now in the technology age, they got so many different cables and adapters and everything else for you in there. It's like going into a whole Apple store or whatever. Yeah, definitely some potholes here. Enough to break your ankle in if you're not paying attention. Did the wind pick up a little? Just a slight breeze at the moment. Not terrible bad. You can kind of see it in the flag up there. If it'll... Just kind of a lazy breeze. And it might be my mic, I don't know. Still a greenhorn at this. Trying to use an external mic, and I don't know if I got a connection issue on this thing or need to find some better mic. I don't know. I didn't figured it'd probably work better than just the mic off the phone. Foxholes being a pain. Hey, light switch. Yep, we got some honkers out here. Oh, so there we have it. Again, if you're just joining, the guys are going to be on the move tomorrow, heading off site here from Illinois location, which, you know, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, it's a little bit of a win, and that the last time they passed through Illinois, they were not welcome here. ISP, the Illinois State Police, actually put out a bulletin in response when they found out the route was established that Pritzker and company said they weren't welcome here. They did it anyway, and we had a pretty good response from the folks downstate out on overpasses. We had helicopters fly in, big stinking flags underneath them down the median, well above them, of course, and we had monster trucks sitting on the median on top of some overpasses. So we'll count it as a win. We put a stake in the ground here. We'd like to see a lot more Illinoisans here. For as much as I've harped on it, you've heard other people harp on it on the show, etc., etc. How you doing? Camera boy, could you ask him main purpose of convoy? Main purpose of convoy originally started out as to end all mandates and eliminate the Emergency Powers Act or the Emergency Declaration. The Emergency Powers Act of 1976 is the act that was passed that is kind of the foundation for a lot of these mandates that gives them the impetus to be able to enact mandates in the first place. In other words, thwart your rights that are inherent. A suspension of the Constitution, which can't be. We're guaranteed those rights, and it's not the government's place to take those away at any time, any place, for any reason. They didn't neither have the authority or anything of that like. However, because of our ignorance and because of our dumbed down population, 100 years of disinformation, propaganda through the school systems and that, is it any wonder that people assume that mandates are equal to law? And, of course, the law enforcement are none the wiser and happy to go along with it. Gate synthetic breast milk side effects could include... Oh, jeez. Yeah, isn't that why that Apple emoji was created? Isn't that what Elon Musk was ribbon Gates with? You know, that's not a pregnant man as it is Bill Gates with a beer belly. Yeah, there's been an ongoing rub between Elon Musk and Gates. because I think Gates has got Tesla shorted, financial terms. Does Congress know about the truckers, or are they preaching to the choir? Well, if you remember right, when they were back at Hagerstown the first time, several months, well, not several months ago, but several weeks ago now, their first approach at Congress yielded them getting some meetings with Ted Cruz and Senator Johnson. Johnson? Yeah, he's okay. You remember he's the one that had a lot of the frontline doctors and that there, streamed it to his Rumble site. Where was everybody else? Nowhere to be found. Shortly after that, they invited Cruz out to speak out at the location where they were in Hagerstown. Cruz actually rode back with Mike into D.C., kind of had a little bit of a ceremony around one of the flags. But Lucy extended the offer. Same day they were in D.C. meeting with Senator Johnson, Senator Cruz. They met with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rep. Massey, and Gates as well. I think RSBN carried that footage, if I recall correctly. And, they feel the pain, but, what can they really do? They're in a minority position in the House. And then they met with some other congressmen a little bit later on, some no names that I don't recall, and they basically asserted the same thing. Well, when we regain the House after the election and all that is kind of their position. It's like, grow a spine already, would you? And that's the most we've really seen. But the days of talk are over. All you get is lip service out of these guys because we know they're captured. At the end of the day, they take money from the highest bidder. If we came with a purse full of $1 billion, do you think they would probably do stuff for us? Sure they would. Of course they would. Instead, they yield to the corporations that bankroll them and write the legislation to begin with. That was another convoy that met with MTG and Gates. No, it was the same one. There was another group of folks all within the People's Convoy that met with all of them. They all kind of unified at Hagerstown. There's the old flag. Yeah. Like Santa said, you got to remember, the government only knows one language, and that's force. And if you think you're going to go in 1776 style with your muskets ablazing, probably not the best strategy. They probably have us outmanned and outgunned in every regard. So, this is kind of the last straw from a diplomatic standpoint. You will listen to us, or there are plenty of people throughout this country that are ready to act. It's plain and simple. Yeah, McConnell. Let's hope that there's an indictment with his name on it. He's not out of the woods by way of any of this shenanigans from 2020 either. Can't remember if it was Revolver or Envolve or which of those news sites actually did the dig on that and found some anomalies in the data. Yeah, you're in the upper middle of Illinois? Yeah, should be here. You want to see them off? Get here by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think I'll probably get on down the way here before they do tomorrow. Probably get some overpass footage of them going under. And probably book it home after that and figure out a plan. You know, I've kind of pontificated this, and I absolutely despise DC. I'll put that out there for the record. I despise it. Want nothing to do with it, frankly. However, I think there's also a contingent of folks that probably recognize that it's not going to be done strictly through the politicians. Frankly, what I would like to see, this is just me talking, not representing the People's Convoy, anything along those lines, but if it were me, there would be a contingent of folks who would pay a visit to the likes of K Street. And if you don't know what K Street is, that's where all the lobbyists sit for all the various corporations. Those are the ones that buy the politicians. Those are the ones that write the legislation for the politicians. Those are the ones that sit in swanky hotel rooms with the legislation in hand, invite the politicians in for a couple minutes, get the buy-in, and away they go. Next thing you know, it's on the floor of the House or the Senate and gets voted on, and Corporation A, B, and C are happy. Little freedom honk. So in conjunction with old K Street, you could pay old U.S. Chamber of Commerce a little visit. They're the ones that do the bidding of some of these corporations to be able to send business abroad. Special favors for the likes of Boeing, Caterpillar, and big corporations like that. Now, on top of that, we already know who are the biggest retail investors in many corporations, right? The likes of BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, into the sand, you know, because he's woke like that. Woke SJW. They want all their ESG, their environmental social governance BS, which is Marxism. And, yeah, you know, they own most of these corporations. Vanguard right up there with them. If they've got offices in D.C., pay them a little visit. And, of course, wrap that up by saying hello to our friends over at the Federal Reserve. Hello, Mr. Eckley's building. So people got to remember, always follow the money. So yes, we can do everything we can through the politicians, but at the end of the day, they are bought, they are captured. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys tuning in here. Folks on PSB, good to see you guys here tonight if you're still tuned in. Just having a little chit chat here as things kind of wind down on the evening. I have no idea what time it even is. Can't look, it's not on my screen. Top of the hour. Alright, well, good. We got Sunny through covering tonight. Appreciate you covering for me. We'll be back next Thursday night over on the Soapbox. Probably have a little bit more to say. See where things are at. What the plan is. All that good stuff. Again, if you're so compelled, you're able-bodied, you have the means to do so, get to DC, wherever they're landing. Pay attention to the streamers, first responders, SASNAC, Oreo Express, the black conservative preacher over on Rumble. Let's see, who else? Number of others. WYSIWYG, TV shorts, all that good stuff. Santa broadcasts periodically from his dash. Mudpig Trucking, obviously. One American No Party on Rumble as well. He's only on Rumble. Let's see, who else? Little Tommy, or Tommy Trucker, Little Blinky. Yet another one. GWT 333. Grey Wolf, yeah, he should be rejoining once they get out closer to the East Coast. He's been hanging out on the East Coast with Mike. Oh, and X-Ray is coming back. He is leading a contingent out of Colorado here today. Some people joined up with him, I think, out of Aurora, I think, after he finished up his class net he was putting on. He broke away for a little bit when they were out west to go do a class that was already had already been scheduled before all the convoy stuff started up. So he's leading a contingent back across. If again, if you're compelled to do so, I don't know what route he's taking. But if you're so compelled, maybe you hook on to his little convoy back. And I don't know if other states are doing the same, or at a minimum, we should be getting down to your state houses, getting organized, find the places to get organized, link up with like-minded folks, and continue on that front. First responder media streams, yeah, he's out there all the time. Alright, well, given that we're at the top of the hour here, I suppose, I think I'm going to pack it up here for a little bit. Be back again tomorrow morning once they hit the road. See if I can get a good shot of them when they cruise under an overpass. I know the area here pretty well, so I know the back roads and can hit probably a pretty quiet overpass in the countryside here. Maybe if any of you guys are in the neighborhood, anything along those lines. Like I said, find an overpass along I-80 from Princeton to Joliet area. If you happen to be in the area, north, south of that. That'll be the place to be. We saw a couple people with some flags and a thank you sign and all that as we came in across I-80 west here today before hitting Princeton. So, alright guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hello mega folks. We already chilled in Cedar Rapids, by the way. Heck, we went clear to Des Moines, baby. Say hello to our friends on the Mega Mullet Show coming up next. Spectre out. Take care, everybody.